All right, CKJ back with part 2. You should unfortunately be worried about Sam Altman. This is by AI in Context. You guys should really go check out his channel and turn his notifications on if you haven't already.
We'll link it below.
We're trying to bring as much AI awareness to the public as possible. You know, this is something that we're passionate about. So if you haven't seen part 1, go check that out. Let's get into part 2. What are y'all thinking?
It's gonna be insane, man.
The story is getting.
Yeah, it's already pretty sticky.
Yeah, it is. It is.
They just fired him. We still don't know why they fired Sam.
Like, it looks like he definitely was going after the profit.
And the board, the board did his job.
They might have been scared or saw signs.
Because they said that the company dying is consistent with the mission.
So I guess we're gonna have to see what that means.
That may mean that like the AI could harm humans,
or it could mean they shut down.
Or it could mean it could get to the point that it does harm humans because certain people are profit hungry. You know, just like Elon said.
But it's their job to prevent that from overtaking the real mission, you know? Yeah. But let's get into it, man.
This is crazy.
Saturday morning, November 18th, Sam wakes up in his home in San Francisco. So, what do you need if you've just been fired by one of the most important companies in town?
So everything that just happened before happened on a Friday, and now we're on a Saturday.
Wow.
What's that saying about
weeks happen in decades? When decades happen in weeks.
Yeah.
Back, and you'd ideally like your job back. This, to be clear, is not career advice. Step 1. Open a line of communication. On Saturday morning, Sam gets a call from the board that just fired him. They want to talk after the disastrous reaction the previous day from employees
now they want to
and
talk,
senior
bro.
executives.
See, like, what also boggles me, bro, is they could have had a discussion with him, and then But I
mean, these are smart people, so it really does make you wonder, like, what caused them to not have that conversation.
Yeah, and just immediately.
Who knows, man? I guess we'll find out in the video.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Right to be worried, by the way. In a few hours, the executives are going to give the board a 5 p.m. deadline to reinstate Sam and then resign. Step 2. Assemble your allies. Sam starts turning his home into a war room, or, to use his words, a government in exile. Within hours, dozens of people are lining up in Sam's home, including OpenAI employees and senior executives. Lawyers set up an office outside his bedroom.
You know, like how much charisma Sam had. You know,
and power.
Yeah, power. He's intelligent. He
literally is like a.
He speaks well. He's very articulate, and it just goes to show like he was probably a good leader and good at playing a part. You know, and painting a vision for people.
And to follow a mission, like.
Employees and senior executives. Lawyers set up an office outside his bedroom.
Sam is
there, which is pretty weird considering she's just replaced him as CEO. Sam, for his part, works the phones. According to his phone records, he's on calls for 12 hours a day. Step 3, stay relaxed. 6 p.m. rolls around. The 5 p.m. deadline has come and gone. The board has neither reinstated Sam nor resigned. Sam walks out to his living room and starts handing out a round of Negronis. You need to relax, people. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Step 4, make a show of
because you know he's good.
On Saturday night, Sam sends out a single tweet. I love the OpenAI team so much. Within minutes, dozens of OpenAI employees are retweeting it with heart emojis. Step 5, set the terms of the fight. Now, Sam has this guy, Chris Lehane, on the line. He's a political operative whose personal motto is apparently, everyone has a plan until you punch them in the mouth. Lehane, maybe unsurprisingly, wants Sam to go scorched earth on the board, drag them in the press, destroy them.
Scorched earth.
Sam, though, plays it differently. He steps back and lets his supporters and allies build his case for him.
The right way.
They start feeding sympathetic journalists just enough to shape the narrative in the press. The board doesn't know what they're doing. The board is in over their heads. The board won't even say why they did it. Within 24 hours, the narrative isn't Sam.
It even just
makes him more likable.
Yeah, it almost makes you think, dang, like what did Sam Altman have that everyone gravitated to him? You know what I mean? Like
everyone saw it, but the board.
And then what's confusing is Mira Murati. She's on the board.
At his house.
She replaced him as CEO.
She wasn't on the board. She was just the CEO and CTO.
No, she was the CTO, and then now she's replacing him as
now she's replacing him as a CEO.
And then now she's at his house. after the fire.
Crazy.
Taking drinks.
It's a deep story, bro.
The board won't even say why they did it. Within 24 hours, the narrative isn't Sam Altman was fired. The narrative is, what the hell was the board thinking? Which actually,
it's kind of crazy. I missed that detail where he actually played it cool instead of going scorched earth with the best lawyer in the game.
Yep.
And which probably would have made him look bad.
Yeah, it would have made him look worse.
Instead of him looking like people should favor him.
Yeah, he had the critical thinking to think about that in the moment, in the heat of the moment.
And that's a W.
Good question. What was the board thinking? In 2003, a teenager shows up at the University of Toronto and knocks on the door of Professor Jeffrey Hinton, a future godfather of AI.
Wow.
That teenager's name is Ilya Sutskever, and he's interested in Hinton's work on artificial neural networks, an out-of-fashion approach to AI that's loosely inspired by biological brains. So Hinton gives Ilya an old paper. A few days later, the teenage Ilya comes back with an insight it had taken the field years to produce. For most of his life, Ilya Sutskever has seen things in AI before other people see them. Fast forward to 2012. Ilya, Hinton, and a colleague have been researching deep learning, basically just making neural networks way bigger than had been.
They're talking about deep learning in 2012.
Wow. Yeah, and the godfather of AI was doing it in 2023.
2003.
Yeah, 2003, where he knew where it was heading.
23 years ago, my friend.
Ilya Sutskever.
That's a name for y'all to go look into too, man.
Yeah.
Tried before.
Alex
At the time,
Net,
mainstream AI researchers have been struggling for years to get computers to correctly label images. The best-in-class programs are wrong about 25% of the time. Ilya and Hinton debut a network that demolishes that world record. In 2013, a young startup called DeepMind uses the same type of deep neural network and unveils an AI system that can top human experts at multiple different classic video games. In 2015, Elon Musk and a charismatic guy named Sam Altman take Ilya out to dinner. They don't trust DeepMind. They want to start a new AI lab. They want to save the world. They want Ilya to be a part of it. Ilya turns down a $6 million a year please don't leave us counteroffer from his employer Google and joins them.
Google offered $6
In 2016,
a year.
DeepMind shocks the world with an AI system that beats one of the greatest human masters of the board game Go. The next year, they try using 100 times more computer chips, and instead of teaching this AI system Go with examples, they just let it start playing itself. In 8 hours, it is better at the game of Go than any person or program that has ever played. By this time, Ilya is convinced that the path to AGI might be as simple as finding the right neural network design and then scaling it up. And in 2017, 18 months into leading research at OpenAI, he reads a paper from Google that makes him jump out of his chair, run down the hall, and tell his colleagues, everyone stop what you're doing. This is it. Over the next 5 years, OpenAI is going to make a series of exponentially larger bets that prove Ilya's conviction right. They train GPT-2 and discover that it has abilities they hadn't specifically trained it for, like being able to translate text into new languages. The text output from GPT 3.5 is so human-like that they wrap it in a user-friendly interface and try releasing it as a chatbot. It hits 100 million users in 2 months. By this time, Ilya has developed a slogan. He says it around the office. A couple weeks after the ChatGPT release at the company's holiday party, he gets his colleagues to chant it back to him. Feel the AGI.
Insane.
Wow.
Feel the AGI.
Wow.
This is information that everybody needs to know. Like,
because this is like life-changing.
This is critical information that you need to know, bro. But I guess some people are genuinely okay with just walking around, do their day-to-day life while, behind the scenes, things that actually matter, go on. I guess that's how some people are, but
we love to learn about what's changing in the world, what's going to be new, because there's multiple ways you can also benefit from this information. So
feel the AGI.
Yeah, the earlier you know, the better off you'll be. Hopefully.
Yeah, the better it is for you.
That's our goal. But yeah, feel the AGI for your lead developer is.
He gets his colleagues to chant
I don't know if that would make me feel
feel the AGI. He wants them
Good
to
or
take it
bad?
seriously.
Yeah.
To take seriously that the progress might not stop. That this curve they're riding, a curve that started
Look at how
way
much
back
bigger
in
it gets.
1956 with a few researchers in New Hampshire dreaming about thinking machines
1956.
might just keep going up. Soon, AI systems might match human intelligence, and then surpass it, and then vastly surpass it. And then, the person in control of the technology will have their hands on something unprecedentedly powerful. Something they may not be able to control at all.
It's just too far. You can't
Scientists
even
have
reach
been
it there.
accused of playing God for a while. But there is a real sense in which we are creating something very different from anything we've created so far.
At the 2022 retreat, Ilya and his colleagues are hanging around a campfire, and he's got this wooden effigy in his hand that he commissioned from a local artist. The effigy, he explains, represents an AI that is pretending to be nice, but has actually been lying to them. Ilya douses it in lighter fluid and sets it on fire. Around the same time, Ilya is starting to get very worried about Sam.
See, so that's crazy. He's still going back and showing like whatever we've created, I'm willing to get rid of it just to be safe.
Yeah, like you can tell he has a really good feel for the technology, you know.
And
So
a good
that's why Elon and Sam went to him to try to get him to come to OpenAI, you know,
He
and
might
leave
have
Google.
He might have seen something in Sam that like probably can't ever turn an eye on, you know?
Yeah.
And he can't even, I guess, maybe even fully release that information because it's just so
if he
drastic.
does, what if it shows the whole world, bro? Turns it upside down. Everything just goes crazy.
This is all in the span of 72 hours. It's insane.
Sunday morning, November 19th, 2023. Less than 48 hours since Sam Altman was fired, and he's heading into the office. Interim CEO Mira Murati has invited Sam to come by for the day. So Sam goes to the front desk, gets a visitor's badge, and because he's Sam, immediately posts a selfie with the caption, "First and last time I wear one of these." Negotiations go on for hour after hour with the board. Journalists are camped out outside the OpenAI offices, tracking the steady stream of takeout deliveries. No one involved has slept much in the last 48 hours.
Takeout
but
deliveries.
Sam feels good. The board is
Everyone's
losing in
just
the court of
ordering
public
food.
opinion. They've definitely lost with the employees, and they're even open, it seems, to bringing him back as CEO. There's haggling going on over who would need to resign, who would make what statements. It really seems like the board is out of cards and about ready to fold. Or are they? See, all weekend, the board has been putting out feelers to anyone in their network who might be willing to come in as interim CEO. At one point, they reach out to Dario Amodei, the CEO of OpenAI's bitter rival Anthropic, to ask if he
That's
wants to
wild.
be CEO, maybe even combine the companies. He's not interested. But Sunday evening,
He's
late
not
in the
interested.
night, with hundreds of employees at the office expecting an end
Bro,
to the
I wouldn't blame him too because seeing what's just happening there, like, why would you?
Yeah,
even
you don't
wanna-
want to go in that
Yeah,
big
it's
old
not
mess.
even worth it.
Yeah, and the risk.
Anthropic may
I
have
guess-
a whole different mission.
But to be honest, I guess whenever you're
It
in
all
this
depends
kind of
on the
work,
missions as well.
yeah, Anthropic, they're probably dealing with the same messiness, you know.
Exactly.
Once you get this big, it's just there's no way to avoid messiness, basically.
And there's no way to avoid government intervention.
Yeah, I mean, bro, yeah, the government needs to intervene in this.
Like
This
they
is
need
out
to
of hand.
have some regulation over this. It's insane.
But even then, like, can you trust the government regulation
Not really.
over AI? Like,
I mean, okay,
can't.
look, if
But
they
then
had the
at that
if they
point,
had a
it begs
really
the
smart
question of
model,
who
I would rather the government have it
who
than
can we beg,
Sam
bro?
Altman and the board.
I mean, I agree to an extent, but
These people are getting up, going to work every day,
I know.
controlling AI.
like one day, what if they're just feeling
Driving
like
to the office knowing you're about to go
Mad.
make the biggest thing in the world. Like what?
something bigger than a nuke? I mean,
Sunday evening, late in the
Something
night,
more
with
powerful
hundreds of
than a nuke.
employees at the office expecting an end to the drama, the board makes a sudden announcement. Murati has been replaced. There's a new CEO,
they just do stuff,
Enter.
bro.
Emmett Shear, co-founder of Twitch, the
What?
website with the videos and the game. You know the one. Sam is shocked. He feels like the board has been negotiating in bad faith all weekend.
What?
OpenAI employees flood out of the building. Sam goes home in disgust. But Sam Altman being
disgust.
Sam Altman, he already has another move lined up. The previous day, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella had asked Sam if he wanted to join Microsoft. Now, Sam tells him he's in. at 7 minutes before midnight on Sunday, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella tweets that Sam, along with his number 2, Greg Brockman, will be joining Microsoft. Word spreads very quickly through employee signal chats.
Wow.
Anyone who wants to join
right
them will have a guaranteed job at Microsoft.
Wow.
Now,
That's another power move by Microsoft. That no other, very few companies in the world could even do that.
Yep.
Could even offer that option. Magnificent Seven, man.
signal chats.
Go
Anyone
get
who wants to
yourself.
join them will have a guaranteed job at Microsoft. Now, think about how this lands with the employees. They have been banking on this tender offer that now looks dead in the water. The board has just fired their leader, the guy that all the investors love, who's now been immediately snapped up by a much larger company, which they are now being invited to join. And
That's insane.
they still have no idea why this is happening. All they've been given is that one phrase.
And mind you, Microsoft owns a majority of
OpenAI.
AI.
And imagine, bro, you're just an employee and you're at home. This is your weekend. You're like, I'm about to go chill, or I'm taking PTO. Me and my wife are going on a cruise.
Long weekend to take some
You come
PTO.
back and you're looking like you're going to Microsoft.
For real.
Still have no idea why this is happening. All they've been given is that one phrase, not consistently candid. I think it's time to tell you what that means.
Finally.
A few weeks before the firing, a terrified Ilya Sutskever sends a disappearing email to 3 of his fellow board members, Tasha McCauley, Helen Toner, and Adam D'Angelo. It contains a 70-page 2-part memo. The screenshots inside have been compiled covertly over the course of months. There are Slack messages photographed with personal phones to avoid screenshots on company devices. The first line of the memo reads, Sam exhibits a consistent pattern of lying, undermining his execs, and pitting his execs against one another. This forms the centerpiece of the case that Ilya Sutskever, the man who spent a decade telling the world that superintelligence is coming, is starting to form against his co-founder and CEO, Sam Altman. Let's go through it. Exhibit A, the lying. Many of those screenshots came from one person, Mira Murati, the board's eventual pick as interim CEO. Back in October, on multiple calls with the board, Murati had explained in detail Altman's toxic leadership style, a pattern of behavior going back years. If someone resisted his decisions, he would tell them whatever he thought they wanted to hear. If that didn't work, then he would undermine their credibility and turn people against each other. So this is why the board was so cagey during the firing. They'd been told by outside legal counsel that they couldn't reveal this information without revealing Murati as the source and putting themselves at serious legal risk. Exhibit B, the safety lapses. At a board meeting in December 2022, Sam told the directors that 3 controversial changes to GPT-4 had all been approved by the company's Joint Safety Review Board. Helen Toner asked for documentation. It didn't exist. It turns out only one of the changes had been approved. Around the same time, Microsoft started testing the still unreleased GPT-4 in India without any safety approval.
What?
The board found out about this by accident, from a conversation in a hallway. Later, Sam sends a Slack message to the company. He says that the company's lawyer decided GPT-4 Turbo also doesn't need joint safety review. Mira Murati checks with the lawyer. He says he never said that.
On multiple occasions, he...
Wow.
Bro, and the fact that behind the scenes, they're still currently probably choosing a leader to lead humans to AGI, it's chilling, bro.
It is.
Because you don't even know if it's safe.
Yeah, this is currently going on right now. We just don't have the information to access it until
know about
like 2 years from now, a year from now.
That's insane.
Like someone's leading
You're
us
not
to
gonna hear
AGI
that
right
next.
now. Like someone's at the forefront of this technology and are currently probably
on it day and night.
Yeah, working day and night and finding new groundbreaking things that are happening. And everyone's just walking around. I mean, but I guess what else can we do? You know?
It's out of our hands,
It's,
really.
it's really out of our control unless you're tapped in and understand AI and have been around for so long. But we're young, man. We've just born.
Checks with the lawyer. He says he never said that. Sam didn't, from a conversation in a hallway. Later, Sam sends a Slack message to the company. He says that the company's lawyer decided GPT-4 Turbo also doesn't need joint safety review.
Like, bro.
Mira Murati checks with the lawyer. He says he never said that.
On multiple occasions, he gave us inaccurate information about the small number of formal safety processes that the company did have in place.
It really seems like the man who thought he was building superintelligence was lying to the board about how he was keeping it safe. Exhibit C, the fund. Sam Altman had also told the board and the world that he was an independent director of OpenAI with no financial stake in the company. But it turned out that the OpenAI Startup Fund, $175 million of venture capital deployed in OpenAI's name, was personally owned by Sam Altman. It does now seem like this was mostly done to make paperwork easier rather than for Sam's personal financial gain. But it took months for the full situation to be clarified to the board after they raised the issue. Exhibit D, the paper. Helen Toner authors an academic paper,
kind of have that
buried within it some very mild criticism of OpenAI. Altman is furious. He goes to Sutskever personally, says that Tasha Macaulay agrees Helen Toner needs to be removed from the board. Macaulay had said no such thing.
Not trusting the word of the CEO, who is your main conduit to the company, your main source of information about the company, is just like totally impossible.
It turned out that the board had been deadlocked for months over filling multiple vacancies. Sam wanted his picks. Interviews were on the agenda for the November board meeting, just days away. If Sam-aligned directors joined the board, then these four would lose their majority, and they'd never be able to fire him. Their window was closing. They decided they had to act. As Ilya told one board member at the time, "I don't think Sam is the guy who should have his finger on the button."
Dang.
That's so true, though.
I don't think so either, if I'm being honest.
So I guess the board did what they had to do in the right moment. Like,
they had to make a choice.
Because they could have delayed it, and then, like they said,
they could have got kicked out and lost majority.
Yeah, the board would have started turning slowly
and they would have
towards
never been
Sam.
able to get rid of him.
Yeah,
and again, that doesn't align with the mission of what OpenAI meant to be.
Yeah, then it would be just like Elon said, a profit demon maximizing from hell.
Which is the wrong company to be doing that.
It's but to see now too, because Sam
What's the wrong technology, bro?
Yeah. To even be messing around with about that stuff. Like, at the end of the day, do you want a company that is building something that is going to literally change the trajectory of life? Be making decisions based off of profitability or human gain or human protection or something, like. So that was part 2. We'll get into part 3 for y'all. Go check it out. And if you haven't, go check out part 1. This is an interesting story, man. And we want to just get as many people aware of what's going on as possible. And shout out to AI in Context for making a great video.
We'll link it below. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. CKJ out, man.
CKJ out.